It's day 123.
of the 29th year and beyond. Yesterday, you made a statement.
Well, with the song from Cinderella, the question was, do I love you because you're beautiful? Or are you beautiful because I love you?
Okay, so I picked two random knickknacks from our house. Which one do you think that I love more?
Well, this represents our beautiful children.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful, but no. Wrong answer. This one right here is a bell. Okay, it's
She
not
loves
just
a
any bell.
bell.
Okay, this was
You
given
can
to.
read my bell.
No.
No.
This was given to us from Marion and Nancy, and it was from their mom's bell collection. And that's why I love this one more because it reminds me of all that she poured into our life. She was a member of our congregation, and after she passed, they sent this to us so that we would never forget her. And that's why this one means. I mean, they're just kids, but they're still here, and I see them all the time, so I'm good.
Okay.
And I brought that up because when you talk about beauty, and you talk about, do you love me because I'm beautiful, or are you beautiful because I love you? It really gets down to what's on the inside. What you've grown, what's inside that love, what's inside that person, what's inside the beauty is not external, it's internal. And what have I poured into your life? And when you talk about relationships, when you talk about maybe infidelity, or you talk about mistrust, or any kind of problem that you can have in a relationship, if it's just superficial, if it's just the external beauty, then that's going to make a difference. That's going to cause a rift in your marriage. It may end your marriage. But if you look at the totality of your marriage, if you look at all that you have poured into that, if you look at all that it represents, like this represents, then you begin to see that it's not just the beauty, it's what the beauty represents. What do you think?
Well, in a love relationship, speaking about the totality of what that is and what that represents, it's challenging to get beyond certain things, and infidelity would definitely be one of those. It's not impossible, but I believe that for a lot of people, that is one of those greatest challenges. However, with that said, speaking from a totality perspective, one opportunity, one experience, or one incident should not be able to negate everything else. You know, the love that we share, the everything that we've been able to grow through, and all that we mean to each other and how we support each other. To have one opportunity, one experience, or one incident, whether you were disappointed, whether you were hurt, whether regardless of what it was, shouldn't have the ability to negate everything else that has been wonderful and sustaining and redeeming, from my perspective.
I agree because I feel like in a love relationship, there has to be a certain amount of trust. You have to be faithful. But even when there is trust issues, that still doesn't take away from the love or the joy or what you bring to each other's lives. And I remember one post we talked about what someone brings to your life. What is it that person poses, and what does they bring to you? And that's really what a love relationship is. How does Fred, or what is it that Fred does to make me feel like Gail? What does he do to help sustain who Gail is? Not who he made me or created, but who I generally am. What is it that he does to push me along, who supports me in all my different crazy endeavors?
To be your best self, and vice versa.
Exactly.
And that's what it is about. I believe for us is loving each other, to nurture one another enough so that we can become the best versions of who we are, not who the other person wants to create, but who we authentically are.
And challenging each other. I mean, we constantly challenge each other to be better. If I see a weakness, or he sees a weakness in me, he's going to challenge me to get to that point. And that's really what beauty is in a relationship. It's not the external stuff. It's all that you bring to a relationship.
And in order to challenge one another, that's where authenticity, and honesty comes into place. You can't say, well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, or I just want to tell them what they want to hear, because when you do that, you're not respecting the person enough to share with them what they need versus what they may want.
Right. So I'm beautiful.
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
not just because I love you.
That's right.
Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.